Seriously?
Ew. Ew, Smackdown.
You really are a selfish, self-absorbed tightwad.
A tight one. I've never heard that as an insult. I'm only staying here as much as I can because Smackdown is gonna suck.
It's okay. It's okay. This is what I like to call a teachable moment. I say we help this.
Corbin's acting poor, so at least he's doing a gimmick that actually is relative.
Something you very desperately need. An attitude adjustment.
Oh, there it is, the attitude adjustment. There it is. The burial of Corbin involving John Cena continues. Oh, fuck him. Well, John Cena addressing that why Roman Reigns doesn't want to wasn't want to accept this challenge, and Corbin came out because he's poor. I'm not even making that as a joke now. That's literally the gimmick that he's down on his luck. We got match flow. The Mysterios face off against the Usos in a title rematch for Money in the Bank or Stink in the Skin. Oh, I'm not doing that. Oh, man. Yeah, there's hooking the leg, and the Usos are cheating. Another underhanded tactic against the Mysterios. There's two apiece now. Mysterios are down to their luck for the title shot. Oh, God, I want to die. Familia. I don't like this. I don't like the way they format tag title feuds. One half of them got a feud. One half of them got to wrestle each other each week, and then they're probably going to be in a 6-man the go-home show. That's literally how they always fucking rotate these feuds for the tag titles. It sucks. I never like the way they format these tag team feuds, especially when you have the Usos playing heel. You expect them to be in different tag matches until, like, something more interesting bottles up that they have to wrestle one-on-one. But thanks Dominic's not that interesting. They have to do that. And that is so gay of an idea. Fake Black! Samoa wins! We got Fake Black! Samoa wins! Down one-ish! Down one-ish! Fake Black! Samoa wins! Fake Black. Samoa wins. We got Fake Black. I'm done. I'm going to hell for this. How y'all gonna feel about SmackDown?
We're not going to point out our houses.
Come another draft. It's not even like a draft anymore. It's like a fantasy draft. But it's so convolutedly like out of random. And it doesn't feel like whenever you get a big star, the big star goes to the other show. Thanks to both shows have such a lack of identity. And people still predict, oh, what happens if Finn Balor goes to Raw? Oh, okay. What's so special about Raw? I'm being really serious. Yeah, Steelers, Cowboys, Hall of Fame game. This has been a thing for like the last couple seasons. I don't know where this coming from. We got the Mysterios against the Usos again. And I'm just getting bored watching this garbage feud. What's poppin', CR21? Of course, if you want to get the Tribal Chief over, or Seth Rollins drip, or something like, I don't know, the Rolling Loud pop, over. Go ahead. I'm all for it. I need something to get my spirits up. I'm enjoying this Corbin gimmick, feeling fresh and entertaining. Yeah, I'm warming up to it. I will admit. At least it's something that actually is interesting. But I wish this was like more organic. Like you'd think a King of the Ring gimmick was, better.
Optimum's hottest summer sale and turn up the heat on your summer entertainment with 300 meg internet and TV.
Oh, Dewey Oos.
Get a $100 Visa prepaid
Dewey Oos.
HBO Max included on
Oos.
Plus, get streaming apps
I swear, for the Oos. Back then, when they had the face paint, it meant brother. I mean, now for the other gimmick, now it's the N word. I'm joking. Other than that, yeah. Right. Bro, I'm really getting bored with these types of the way they format the tag feuds are awful. I'll admit it. Like, they're gonna treat it like universe mode. Like, CR, if you watch universe mode, or what, bro, I swear, it's like, oh, you're feuding. Then the next week you'll have a match with one half of the other tag team partner, and then the other half gets another to wrestle the tag team partner. Then you guys win on a non-title 6-man tag the next week. Like, what's the point of them wrestling each other if they keep interacting if you want to save it on pay-per-view? That's a pure fact, CR. Yeah, that is. I don't know. Finn Balor is just he's just boring. No disrespect, Finn Balor just has nothing about him that's it factor. The guy's in his mid-30s and still does dumbass gun gestures. There's already a contract signing for SummerSlam. I feel like this is gonna get canceled. Cena's gonna be already in the build, and I don't feel like they're going to like have Finn Balor against Roman Reigns for SummerSlam. If they push that over for the pay-per-view, not even Marie's a draw. Even Marie's a draw, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Dude drops a draw. That's female Otis, bro. That's the female Otis. Sorry, this is weird. I understand that Dominic loves his father. I'm taller than my father, and I never ever intend on lifting or carrying him unless he's too old to walk properly. That's already embarrassing along itself. Imagine when you're a father and it's like, oh, I want my son to grow tall. Then he gets tall. Then he carries you when you're still like a grown-ass man. That gets embarrassing. I don't know whoever thought that would be a good idea. If I was the uncle, I would roast the shit out of Ray. Now he's looking like Rey Mysterio Jr. all over again. Carried by your own goddamn son. I guess Jimmy Uso was a high flyer. That was funny. He was drunk. I guess they're trying to show how different they are from dyeing their hair now. Because now Jimmy's trying to look like the father, that Japanese dude with the red head and the fuzzy pants from New Japan. That jobber. And a Hurricane Runner from Mysterio. Oh my god. Here in the WWE, we're all about having fun and seeing the best athletes go at it. What do you mean we lost 500,000 viewers? Going for a top rope bulldog. Ugh. Dominic just looks like he played Warzone before coming here, bro. He does not look like a pro wrestler. And I'm not saying you have to look buff or anything. You gotta look like a person that's like, oh, that's Rey Mysterio. That's Batista. That's Seth Rollins. That's Roman Reigns. Like, you can tell that's a guy that looks like he's in a pro wrestling ring. You look at Dominic, he looks like you know him off a party on PlayStation. No intimidating presence, no physical charisma. He got the best that he can do is just learn more lucha libre. I think he just needs a bit of an acting school and a bit of conditioning, like a lot of conditioning, plenty of conditioning, and then possibly he could be as good as his father when he was in ECW. And Mysterio go for that baseball slide. Super kick with the reversal, and both men are down. And then we'll hit the commercial break. How anybody feeling about the show so far? At least we're with a match that seems basic, but it took us like 12 minutes before our first opening promo. This match is going to be probably over 10 minutes for a match opener, bro, and I'm just not feeling it. I bet this is going to be a good match, but I just don't like whenever you have a match that already feels like I'm just going to be there to be just seeing moves for a bit. If y'all watch any, I forgot. If y'all watch any Tarantino film, what's going on, Sonic the Hedgehog? What's going on? If y'all watch any Tarantino film, every white person in those films all said the N-word, and we all know it. And I love it anyway. Tarantino films in the top 10. Awesome. Tarantino, I swear, nobody ever like they watch any Tarantino film, but they never praise the director. I understand Tarantino gets a lot of controversy because of his vulgar, excruciating, like really violent films, but they're badass most of the time. He has badass female protagonists. He makes a Freeman, outlaw, badass, Pulp Fiction, iconic. Even his more recent work, absolutely badass. Let's see. Show is all right so far. Hype to see what happens with the contract signing. I feel like whatever's gonna happen to contract signing, possibly John Cena's gonna piss off Roman in a certain way. Something's gonna get involved to get Finn Balor to get injured. Because they can't be pushing that with Cena in the show while Finn Balor's not that much of a particular draw with his like no reaction against this match with with Sami Zayn. Like he's still a lower card jobber. They're gonna push it off with such a generic way to earn a title shot on pay-per-view. Like, let me face you if you have no challenge, and he gets a pay-per-view shot. Not even a shot the next week on SmackDown, just a shot on pay-per-view. So they're already like trying to find the easiest way to bury Finn Balor. I'm being dead ass right now. And oh yeah, nothing. Not much chilling. Oh, cool, Sonic the Hedgehog. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show, man. What's your opinion on Finn Balor? I feel like he's boring. People won't like him because he does the face paint. Has no character while doing it. Nobody can remember a memorable promo, and all he's done is like done a lot of drop kicks. Like, if anybody can tell me any like memorable moment other than him failing at doing anything to get bigger in the company, and then going back to a smaller portion of the company to get that minority of fans, you tell me. I'm not gonna say that everybody has to be built like Batista. Not everybody's going to be like Hulk Hogan. But there's a level you can bring over that still can grow a mass amount of fans other than the small amount in goddamn Full Sail University. Like, you got to be thinking bigger every time you elevate. Never heard of him. Bro, the same way, man. Like, I wasn't watching much NXT at the time. And as soon as, like, I picked up 2K16... playing a bit with my friends back in high school. It's like, oh, who's this guy with the demon looking like a skinny liberal boogeyman, and it's some Irish guy on the NXT called Finn Balor. And it's like, wait, why is NXT now a regular wrestling show? I thought it was like a game show. And that's how I heard about Finn Balor. I don't know where in the hell people like now think all because he wrestled in Japan means he's big time. It's weird. It's a weird mentality, man. Like, oh, is the Impact going to get better because they got No Way Jose? I swear. CR's not going to do a review of Impact. He's going to do just another collab involving Impact. It's the most you'll ever get with Impact. Yeah, same with me, just man. Jey Uso just saved Jimmy. Now I can't tell them apart because now both of their hair is dyed red. That's a good thing after you guys always been like, who are y'all except which one is Jay, which one is Jimmy? And then you guys still make yourselves look the fucking same. Imagine they be doing some twin magic crap. Like the same thing the Bells were doing back in the day when they used to tag a lot. Like, I remember back when I was watching 2010, there goes some twin magic. And because of Michael Cole, it made me want to die. And there's a crucifix. Wait, this time Dominic does the same thing. He cheats. Puts his foot on the back of his father to keep the pinfall, and the Mysterios get an actual win against the Usos. An average opener. Oh, I forgot. It's 8:31. Holy crap! We've went half an hour. There's only been 2 matches, so one match. Bro. Come on. That's already not the best way to start off the show. I don't call it watch along anymore. I mean, yeah, you're welcome to come in, man, but it's survival of the fittest because people who still be calling this the goddamn A show, and I'm trying to understand what part of this is the A show. All because it's consumable doesn't mean it's good. You watched anybody here on the chatty right now, you've probably seen a TikTok or two. If you're stumbling on shorts or just having the app, you watch TikTok. That shit is consumable, but you can't tell me none of that shit is cringe and you wouldn't rewatch it. And the KID, I got the layer with another successful defense. How to treat Carmella. By the way, Carmella sucks video coming out soon. Oh, wow. What a win in a huge arena where nobody wanted to watch the match. So it's not on some racial stuff that Bianca Belair be doing that. Like the whole lip thing with the whip. I'm sorry. Who are these fat people coming around with their smiley face shirt? Why y'all need CGI if you have a big ass TV? How distracting is that? Sasha Banks is gonna be back. Let's go. I guess to build up something over because technically there's no challenge for Bianca Belair right now. Pushing over that nearly everybody is goddamn buried in the women's division. Zelina Vega's just a jobber. Toni Storm just came through. Already Shotzi and Tegan Nox are taken as mid-carders in the women's division. They're probably going to challenge for the tag belts. Carmella's already a registered jobber. There's nobody here that's a consensual star. None of these women can even make any headlines unless there's a malfunction in their gear. I'm being really serious. To see any of Carmella's like dismembered boobs that probably have like a light pink nipple. Like, bro, nobody wants to see that. But that's just my opinion. I don't care about Sasha Banks, but she's the only notable woman that WWE actually advertises on the show. because NXT fans exist. That's the only reason.
So you can use less. Bounty, the quicker picker-upper. You want to make pizza night with the
Nobody ever references OVW when it came to the women back in the day, or Tough Enough.
golden crispy little fireworks show in your
Other than, oh, did you know Maven and The Miz was there?
for only $7. Papa John's.
And as well,
Fox is making television history.
the Spartan Swinger, rest in peace. Shout out to him, really entertaining guy. Passed away recently.
Today's your day to find affordable.
Yeah, today's your day not to watch this crap. How's everybody else doing? Stephanie hates pretty women. I agree. Absolutely. She would be giving Bailey more screen time than Liv Morgan or Zelina Vega or Bianca Belair be having a 5-minute promo, Bailey be having an 8, Sasha Banks be having a 12-minute promo, Rhea Ripley, and it's like I talk shit about Rhea Ripley, but honestly, like I saw her without makeup. She's actually not a bad-looking woman. Like, they can make these women profitable. They just don't make them better than the 4 horsewomen because they feel like the 4 horsewomen are draws. But they're not. You can see off the evolution. They're like, they can't produce crap if it's mostly women there. And most of the people don't know the women. Because they overrate them. And it's all because Stephanie has a weird-ass agenda with making these women draws without giving people a reason to watch. Honestly. Like, you just had to see the women wrestle. Like, when no one's asking for bra and panty matches, we want to get these women to be interesting. That's why people are still talking about the Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker unsanctioned match from March. Nobody's talking about that great match Rhea Ripley and Charlotte Flair had like 3 times on an episode of Raw. Dude, like, it's an honest fact.
Daydreaming again? But I love you still. You know I'm driving, right? I just.
Rumor said that we're going to make a Queen of the Ring. Oh, bro. Isn't that just So what's the point of the Mae Young Classic? What's the point of making over a Queen of the Ring? I understand they're trying to find a way to get these women over, but that could just be off another major storyline. Why have to make another thing that copies off the men? There's already an issue why some of these women can't get over. They're just ripping off stuff that the men can do. King of the Ring, Queef of the Ring. Elimination Chamber for the women. Royal Rumble for the men. Royal Rumble for the women. Nobody watches Royal Rumble for the women. Nobody has that. There has never been replays. Like, oh, I want to watch something. Oh, Edge came back in this Royal Rumble. Oh, who came back in the one for the women? Oh, Victoria. What the fuck? Literally. Oh, fuck. JoJo's back. No, never mind. No, I don't think that's JoJo. I couldn't. Oh, fuck. Is that Caleb Braxton? I don't want to sound offensive. I thought that was JoJo. Oh, man. Y'all can roast me in the chatty. I don't give a shit. I feel awful. Now. I thought that was JoJo. Yes, Caleb Braxton. I'm racist. DST racist for sure. Oh my god. So embarrassing. I thought she's supposed to be this cocky, always confident, highly athletic chick. Why every time she does a promo, she's doing this like a pageant? If that's the case, why not just turn her heel over the beginning of this? Just boring. Bianca Belair is boring. Ciara's probably going to be right about this rumor. It's Carmella again. Never mind. See, you're wrong.
Congratulations on 100 days.
Yeah, I watched it. Jillian Hall and I think Molly Holly. No, it wasn't Molly Holly.
One more title match.
So literally, I'm sorry, no disrespect. But women's alumni is not that popular. The only way you get a pop is whenever Lita or Trish Stratus come back, because they're some of the most notable women that are not dead. Seriously, I think there would be a high reaction if China was still alive and came over to a Rumble. But that sadly cannot happen. Of course, any other successful women, like probably Tori Wilson,
You know I deserve it.
is not going to come in.
Also, what happened on Rolling Loud, the lighting
Tori Wilson doesn't want to come back. Dawn Marie doesn't want to come back. Kimberly Page, Stacy Keibler, women from back in the day that some of y'all don't even reference because they used to be eye candy, but successful eye candy.
slow your roll.
You better slow your roll, honey. I just jobbed out to Tony Storm last week.
Ready to be a, third-time loser. And Bianca. What I want to say to you, I'm going to say to your face.
We know she's probably going to get punched out first. We all know.
I think that
Yeah, Zelina needs to be a manager. She's way too short.
wants to see you challenge a rising star like me.
She needs to go back to managing.
Because I am the moment. And no
Whatever happened to Dawn Marie? Anyway, Stephanie just likes China as well. She doesn't like her because she just because Stephanie just turned into a man when she got older, got less attractive with age. While at least in those porn videos China did, men wanted to fuck her. That's the most I could say. It's better than Tammy Sitch or Sunny. How many times she's been incarcerated? Jesus, that's depressing. She came over to the Hall of Fame. Wait, and it's CR, I hate you. CR, I hate you. You're right. Oh, CR21. And there's Sasha Banks. So people already called this over. And they hug? So this is going to be a probable, obvious heel turn to do a generic feud for SummerSlam because they know they don't have any direction for Bianca Belair. And Bianca's already feeling weird about this. So, yeah, Sasha Banks is back. Yeah, I don't know what happened to Dawn Marie Sonic. I wish I did, when we actually had hotter women in the roster. Forgot how many. Ashley Menounos. No, not Menounos. She had brown hair. She passed away, I think. All I know is I'd rather see the women from the Ruthless Aggression era than the ones on the AEW and the ones in WWE. And they're just randomly dancing over in the ring. I just love whenever Raw feuds are integrated into SmackDown feuds. Really proving that the brand split ain't shit. I just love it. And Reginald became now 24/7 champion. So instead of the belt being chased by 17 jobbers back in 2019, it degraded to 5 jobbers in 2021. How's that? Yeah. Reginald faces a mystery opponent. Oh, remember that? We did mystery opponents. Probably going to be our truth disguise because they can't find a way how to get 24/7 belt over. Still, that's the only understanding that I have because they keep trying to enforce over jobbers that don't have gimmicks or any interesting character, so they just give it off to our truth because Vince likes funny Negroes, and they think our truth still being an idiot still works. I'm telling you, our truth's comedy has not hit since that segment he had with Brock back in 2020. That's literally it. And then people are like, "Oh, our truth is comedy gold." Remember when he kept saying my bad," whenever something happened back on Raw back in 2015? And remember the golden truth? And then remember when he referenced the Confederate soldier back in 2011? Yeah, comedy gold. You can tell from my tone I'm really not that entertained by our truth. Maybe probably because I'm not I'm older now. Like, or I was probably you guys' age when little Jimmy was relevant in the feud for the world title involving John Cena with fake Obama. Ew. They gotta stop with these extra commercials. Literally, the whole thing is I eat gum and fuck. I think for Wrestling Otaku, he wants that to happen. Long one right here, Sonic. Attitude era and Ruthless Aggression era divas were way better than today. I did not even know that our truth was in TNA. Oh, he was, and he was taken way more seriously than he is. Barely had. He still kept the dancing shit, but other than that, he had way better attitude. Had more serious promos. Won a world championship. And just was a more notable name until he got re-signed to WWE later, '08. And now he's just been a lower card star ever since. Literally, that's the whole thing with our truth. And these women, and yeah, the in-ring quality just gotten a bit better. I'll admit that. But the whole thing, overusing interracial matches, intergender matches, just the stupidity of DST just continues. And of course, just the rapidity of no charisma or any semblance of standing out there with the men, other than just ripping off what the men already have. It just makes everything super lazy. And I'm not saying that to just try to be oh, these women can. There's women that could actually be profitable for the business. No one's denouncing that, but anything about them being major draws, they have to do a lot more than just have a great match and look cute, or a 7, 8 out of 10, or a 7 or a 5 to get somewhere. Honestly. There's stars in pro wrestling that are ugly as shit, but they can actually draw. Intergender wrestling does not draw. Unless you're back at the Attitude Era when China and Jericho were feuding. I feel like dying. How many fat asses from the YWC just came over and just did this announcement challenge? That guy just looks like a fake Braun Strowman. Tomorrow night at midnight tonight, don't forget you get your ticket for SummerSlam to die. Are we gonna see a different match for once, please? Because it's been we've been nearly an hour in this show, and yet we've only had one match, and we're nearly at 9:00. Why do they keep doing these is there a way they don't do interviews around the ring apron anymore? I mean, no, not the entranceway anymore. I feel like that's weird. like, oh, wrestlers trying to get in their mind. They're trying to prepare. They're getting ready for the music to hit the entranceway. Hey, how you feel about this world title? Imagine you saw that in the Attitude Era and how awkward that looks. That is so stupid. I'm not trying to nitpick on nearly everything, but yo, that's just awful. See, Sonic the Hedgehog agrees. It's just if you don't have an over the top looking woman, having a one on one match is gonna just look more unrealistic, like you saw with Tessa Blanchard against Sami Callihan. Tessa Blanchard against fucking Brian Cage. Yeah, the match was all right, but it was just underscaling indie crap, move by move, and it just looked less threatening because they knew they were trying to push over Tessa because they thought she was above just the women's division in general. And if that was the case, men should have challenged for the women's belt so we can just kill them all. Oh, that would look awful. And here comes, of course, Reginald. Doesn't even have his own unique wrestling gear. He's just a Negro doing a backflip, wearing a suit. This time he at least has wrestling shoes on. And he has his own Kalisto trampoline. I'm sorry, Sin Cara trampoline when he enters the ring. That's great. Did Billy Gunn held the Knockouts champion back in the day? No, I don't think so. Don't remember that. Yeah, 2K22. When gameplay trailers come out, or gameplay in general comes out, I'll have my low expectation video for it. I guess because they had to back up in production. They lost something big like Ukes. Goddamn Ukes. You know the track record in WWE games? Bro, I'd be shocked. Is that fucking Jason Jordan? No, it's Chad Gable. Who this? I'm about to say. Otis looks like Butch Magnus from the Boondocks still. It looks disgusting. He's just tits with a bad haircut. So Otis versus Reginald for the 24/7 championship is our match in T-minus 852. That's two matches. If that was the case, take off the fucking pants. I'm sorry, that's a boring way to just have your show with an interview that was barely scheduled, and then you have like an intro, a vignette, a promo, one match in the first 20, near 20 minutes. This is bad. This better end in 5 minutes. Dark meat. Otis, don't say that. Dark meat. Nice little trick from Otis saying it's not me, it's him. So it seems to be Gable versus Otis. Gable versus Reginald. Short versus short. Black versus white. Everything I didn't want to say. A blindsided attack with the unexpected challenger being Chad Gable against Reginald. What a disgusting little clash right there involving Gable. You forgot that he won a bronze medal. Okay, that sounds less impressive. Let's not reference that. I'm sorry, this is awful. Oh, there's another flip. Another flip.
Impressive is what it is. Sorcery of some sort. You're not supposed to.
How's that sorcery? Never mind. Planted him on his face. Back double hooks. Suplex. I'm just telling you, he needs to schoolboy him. He needs to give him a schoolboy. That move is OP for the 24/7 championship. No cap. Being really serious.
Gable's knocked off the ropes. Gable right to the small of the back. Gable
At least we're not seeing the Mysterios against Street Profits against Otis and Gable again. And Otis and Gable been just able to like tag with anybody because they're that desperate to get this guy over with another guy. And his tag team partners have been Robert Roode. And it ends in DQ. And he just rebounds off the flip. Robert Roode, Shelton Benjamin, Otis. Who else tagged with Gable? I think Apollo Crews for like a short month. And they just know this guy isn't entertaining. Then they tried to give him an anti-bullying Shorty G gimmick, and I swear people want to forget Shorty G like they're about to forget Nikki Ash in a few months, when they know pushing her this quickly went nowhere. Here comes Adam Pearce. So Sonya Deville, like, prevalent at all? I thought there was a big reason to have her as a GM.
Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks.
I mean, a tag team match, Bianca Belair versus Sasha Banks. Don't forget the contract signing is next.
after a statement victory. Oh my God!
Yo, no holds barred. Title contenders match, even though you have a title match already booked, makes zero sense. And I know that's probably going to main event because Raw likes just shitting their bed and then pissing on it just to make the stink and the stain worse. That's literally how Monday Night Raw books.
Cooking and eating at home more often means food odors get trapped in your home's
What seasoning is in that?
into the air, so you smell last night's dinner the next morning. For an easy way to keep your whole home smelling fresh, try the Breeze fabric.
I just know for most of these women in the main roster,
Penetrates fabrics.
all the men are going to cheat on them.
As it dries. Spray
And the back in the other news, how you guys feel about SmackDown so far? I feel like it's been a pretty average show so far.
Try Febreze fabric refresher. Brand power helping you buy it.
Yeah, it makes zero sense, bro. Just the way they format it. They just want a sense. I guess they want a sense of the women having some more importance. But do you think the more importance come into making more like adult themes or like a major storylines, or are encapsulating more gimmicks on these women to make them feel like they're not just eye candy? And I don't mind that as a thing that they want to make sure these women are taken more seriously. But they're just fucking average. They're just below average when it comes to selling out. You can't tell me anybody but Sable that's been able to captivate main audiences, and the main audience is men. So if you want a woman to captivate you to watch a show, it's not going to be a great 15-minute match with 2 5 out of 10s wrestling. You can't tell me whenever you watch a big primetime show. You can't tell me if the women were ugly in Game of Thrones, you are going to watch that. If Daenerys looked like your ugly-ass high school crush, you're not going to watch. I'm being really serious. And for me, it's a below-average show, bro. They're not doing enough to get me more invested. Yeah, Cena did his promo. It was decent to see Corbin in this gimmick that sounds understandable, but it's not that smooth to me. I think people are just gonna gel with it because it fits more because Corbin looks sloppy and he keeps wearing suits, even though he hasn't had an authoritative gimmick since 2018. So why didn't he have the down on his luck gimmick when he was done with it? When he was done feuding with Kurt Angle to be GM of Raw? Yet they gave him King of the Ring when he had no momentum. He was barely in the main event scene, even during the brand split. And I don't know, just nothing. It makes no sense to me. Yeah, Sonic, they're probably going to main event. I can't. I wish I was just. I'm trying to be okay with this. I was like, okay, women main eventing is like, okay, this should be big. What's so big about them wrestling each other? Oh, nothing. Just Charlotte. Sasha is so good at what? Wrestling? Yeah. Are they as big as the main eventers? No. Why should they be at the fucking main event? That's not that bad of an understanding. If you're that big, you're gonna main event. If Otis was white hot coming out of a storyline with John Cena, you pissed off John Cena for the last 2 weeks. You anticipate it, you get to see it at the main event, so the whole thing could end. That's the point. You don't just see Dolph Ziggler against Seth Rollins at the main event of Raw all because you're just going to support over a good match. That's fucking boring. You have John Cena. Let him try to get somebody over. And here comes the Prince Finn Balor. Just doing this. Putting his arms out. Looking like he's with his fucking baby hands. Whee! Whee! Bam, 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 ba-da-ba-da-ba-dam. It's been nearly 50 minutes. I want to end it. Finn Balor, let's see how much he's going to be like, I don't care about your family. I care about John Cena. I'm here to reclaim the belt I never lost. I swear that's going to be the promo. I can't be already anticipating how he's going to talk. Usually whenever you see stuff like this, you expect how are these characters supposed to interact? What are they going to say? What's going to make me feel so excited to see them fight? I was like that when I saw Shawn Michaels and Triple H feuding. I was like that when I saw Shawn Michaels feuding with Jericho, Batista with Cena. You know, seeing two characters interact and know how I'm gonna get ready to see them fight. I'm not seeing that whenever I look at somebody like Finn Balor. And here comes the Tribal Chief. The Tribal Chief. Yeah, nothing screams like a cool main eventer with your CGI character having a fucking t-shirt. Well, I can't be talking. Stone Cold Steve Austin got over and he wore his own t-shirt. Here comes the Universal Champion. Tribal Chief. That belt still looks ugly as fuck. They need to do something about that belt. That can't be over on Vince's mind how corporate he needs to be. Like, you can't have a belt that looks like, oh, that's something that a winner of a match should wear. Just a big ass, weird, clear cut W with a fucking terrible silhouette of just a pentagon on it. Like, that's boring. What child wants to wear that and be like, I'm WWE champion? That's fucking boring. Remember when you just had eagles on every belt? You had the winged design. Everything looked like you're a champion that represents not only the country but the company. Yeah, I don't see that. Tribal chief. Both men wearing casual attire. Such casual attire. Because all I know, I'm going to see Roman in some J's. A jean shirt. Some jeans and a t-shirt. While Finn Balor probably wears some Pumas with some skinny jeans, a jacket with his crappy merch. And if this is going to be in SummerSlam, I'm going to hurt myself. Today's WWE belts are garbage. I like people used to give an exception to the IC belt because it looked good. Until they redesigned the IC belts to no one's complaint. And then the United States Championship, that was a good design. They made it look like the WCW United States Championship if they just put WWE's logo plastered over it. And it just looks garbage. Absolutely garbage. Now the best design in the company, at least the United States and the IC belt, they nearly have the same silhouette. Now they have the same side plates. Like now we come over to your belts having engravement and looking personalized and looking like something that a real champion that achieved something would wear. Now you just have to put crappy symbol on the side plate. That is so boring. You don't see Stanley Cup, Super Bowl, or NBA champions asking for that. You don't see King James' name on the NBA title trophy. You don't see that. Tribal Chief needs pyro for some apparent reason. How you guys feel about the Authority figures here? They're boring. Sonya Deville, I thought she was going to spice a bit of things up. And she was like interacting with the women's division for a bit. And until she had no character over most of it. Never had her own agendas. And I don't know, Mandy Rose isn't on Smackdown, so they tore up any interaction involving her. I heard a cool idea about a stalker gimmick, but I know Sonya Deville wouldn't oblige because kind of was abducted by a fan once. The Tribal Chief sits on the head of a small tape. Did my man just cream his pants while trying to sit down at the table? Like, I understand the whole hierarchy thing. That's what his gimmick is supposed to be. But, God, dude. It's not even giving me heat because he's already a big, supposed to be imposing guy. He's like 6 foot something. Why does he have to act like if Chris Jericho had this head of the table gimmick? Like, that's something like he would do. Like, it feels so good to be the king. Come on. Oh.
As a matter of fact, did you catch his opening promo? You know what he said, right?
You know what he says to the Tribal Chief?
John said that by accepting your challenge, I'm ducking him.
He's ducking the Tribal Chief.
Ducking him. So that means
No.
he thinks
I ducked you, seen. Oh.
you're lesser than him.
Oh,
You're
that sounded
lesser
worse.
than him. That's what he thinks. That's what he said.
The Tribal Chief has just been disrespected.
I boo too is a jerk thing to say. But I don't think this. I think you're worthy.
You're worthy of fighting the Tribal Chief. Also, have your arm tied behind your back just to make it a fair fight.
And I also think you're worthy to catch this beat down at SummerSlam.
Imagine seeing, I was like, really? Are you really ducking me for this? No disrespect. For this guy, this jobber?
You'll come out here with that same tired old shtick that's not working anymore, so you gotta reference other superstars and run their catchphrase. No, that's not you. No. You're hungry. You want it. And I dig that about you. So, I have to say this. If you sign this contract, I'm gonna smash you.
Pause. 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 If y'all heard that in the chatty, ew. Roman Reigns said he's gonna smash Finn Balor. That's so disgusting. Man, sex. This feels so stocked in. Okay. I'm getting a bit of a crowd over here. I'm sorry, just the first thing he said was like, he was like fucking, if you're going to wrestle me at SummerSlam, I'm going to smash you.
But it will be my privilege to return
Bash
to
you.
NXT.
I'm sorry, I don't know the full
Once
thing.
again, Universal Champion.
Yeah, knew it. So boring. And here comes King Corbin. What is Corbin doing? Yeah, I knew they were going to throw out this match. Somebody was going to interrupt. I called it. I thought it would be Cena, but it should have been Corbin. That was a bit stupid. Ooh, yeah, they don't give a shit about Finn Balor. Whoa. Corbin's gonna. Why the fuck is Cena running in? What the fuck? So everybody just has a right to just run over and chase the contract. If that was the case, how come nobody else ran? Cena, he wrote it. He wrote it. Ew. Yeah, we're gonna cut the script. We're gonna cut the stream here, guys. I'm trying to survive, and I'm gonna thank CR21 coming over to the chatty. Same thing with Sonic the Hedgehog. You've been a great commentator in some of my videos. Yeah, this is all I can endure live. I'm probably gonna watch the rest alone. Thanks for coming in. That's it for me. I don't want to die.